Good afternoon, my hatters. You have to forgive my voice and stuff. I'm actually sick right now. I'm still recovering. So, as y'all probably would have guessed, I have been offline for a while, give or take, dropping a few shorts here and there, and leaving a lot of comments on a lot of people's videos. After I had the copyright strike a few months back, I actually decided to take a break and focus more on work. And I did that primarily with my second job because my first job is already a 40-hour-a-week job to begin with. So that left me with very little time on my hands to either record, much less actually make any kind of content for everybody to watch. And I know that you all enjoy for the most part. That being said, today I wanted to talk about how the family dynamic works and how it compares to, say, like a nation or how you or war or something like that. Something in that general dynamic, because I really do understand the importance of family, and I am under no delusion that no family dynamic is not perfect if all sides are not working together. And me personally, I do want to have a family, going down in the future because it's important to me. That said, I do want to talk about everybody's part in said family dynamic and how they compare to nations and wars and stuff like that. So give me a second and I'll get right to that. Okay, so right off the jump, I want to start with what the man is in a relationship in a family dynamic, which is pretty simple, pretty basic. Can't nobody get that wrong. And the man is the frontline soldier. Now, before all the feminists decide to destroy me and say women are soldiers too, blah, blah, blah. Yes, we already know that, but bear with me on this one. Frontline soldiers, they get things done. They go out there, they face the enemy, they come home, and they make sure that everybody within the family is safe and protected and provided for, all that good stuff. We get that. We got that, right? It's pretty simple. And the reason that I had to bring that up first is because it's pretty much the easiest to explain. That being said, you explain it first. The woman in the relationship dynamic is a little more complicated because there's more things to explain there. And this is why it's so important. Yes, I said important. The woman's dynamic is the support role. In a combat situation, you be the logistics, the medics, pretty much the backbone that makes the man, the frontline soldier, continue the fight. You are basically the badasses of this dynamic. And remember, this is a fight for life. This is this whole thing is we're doing this together and we're working as a team to make all of this work. This is actually a good one. I'm not sure if it applies to all, but I'm sure it should. This is one of the things that would make a relationship work. And this is your morals, your code, your religion, your judgment, your character, who you are when you come together. That is your government. The government is the top, obviously. They bring the orders down. They let the soldiers know who to fight. They let the port know what they're, where to send that back up to, and you have to follow the government, and the morals, code, your religion obviously is going to be the basis of that. And that is the basis of your relationship. Now, I'm not saying you have to have a religion per se, but you definitely have to have something to stand on to make a relationship work. And I believe that is where communication is by far the most important, because without that, what do you really have? Do you really have a relationship? Or are you just two people with a title that's fucking? To that situation in which it applies, children. Those are your civilians. Those are the people you are fighting for. That is the people in your country. Those are the people who love and support you or are grateful for everything that you do. I think that kind of goes without saying because, obviously, kids grow up and, some people forget, who does what for them. And, that obviously, the hormones are kicking in. And so, there's some rebellion going on here and there. But in reality, at the end of the day, you stand strong on your morals, your code, your religion, and your duty, which I think is the most important thing that people forget when it comes to relationship. It's really that, a duty. The duty to support each other, the duty to support your kids, and more importantly, a duty to support what you two believe in. Your friends and your support system, that, your most important thing, they're your allies. The people who want your relationship to succeed. They're the people who are going to always be like, if you got some little minor trouble, they're going to be like, okay, well, try this, try that, and, see if that doesn't kickstart things. Or, you having a bad moment, they, lend you some resources, help you get back on your feet. You pay them back because it's always good to return a favor that your allies give you. You never want to burn those bridges. I think that's really important as well. Always try to have some integrity when it comes to your allies because you're going to want to keep those allies. Allies are very important. And again, I am no delusion that how important allies are. I have some of the closest friends that I've had for well over 20 years. And that's saying something because I'm only 36. And I have friends, allies, that I have had 20, some 30 years. And that speaks volumes to just how important I keep those close friendships. So I really do take my friends and my support system very, very seriously. And it's just not your friends, that you can use as your support system. Obviously, you have your parents, grandparents, cousins, uncles, aunts, brothers, sisters, your family, basically. Your immediate family, your distant family, associates at work if need be. I mean, again, it's all really about, who you keep close. So all of that is very much important. And anybody who does not support that relationship or you is simply the enemy. And you don't want to have those people in your ear. You don't want them to be in your significant other's ear, your children's ear, because they are trying to break up the family. The family unit itself is the country. The man, the woman, the children, again, for those that apply, the man, the woman, the children, the relationship, and the family dynamic as a whole is the country. And you don't want to separate that country. And I know that's pretty big coming from me because I've been divorced. But at the end of the day, that is the country. And that is something you don't want to break apart. Now, the breadwinner, because I know that's going to be a topic that comes up a lot, it shouldn't matter. Now, in some cases, it will because there are just some people whose egos are involved, and I understand that. But at the end of the day, as long as the relationship is working, I don't believe that who the breadwinner is should matter. As long as everybody is bringing something to the table, I believe that is where everything should work out at. And as long as the relationship is healthy, that is what's going to be the difference between a relationship going the distance and utter failure. And one thing that I do understand is when it comes to war, I've never been in one myself. I do study wars, not at a university or anything like that, but I do study wars. My favorite war to study is World War II because it is the biggest war in human history. And one thing that I do understand is there's no such thing as an easy war, and there's no such thing as an easy relationship, an easy family dynamic. All relationships are going to have hard times. They're going to come and face adversities. They're going to have hard times. There's always going to be some low point. And it really all falls down to what the two are going to do together to overcome that adversity and overcome those hard times and make this shit work. Because I can tell you right now, if the heads of the family, the man and the woman, are not doing what is necessary to make it work, the country falls. I can tell you right now, every day you leave the house, you are going to war. And your whole purpose is you go out there, you're gathering resources, you're gathering intel, and you're gathering anything you need to win that war. And you're coming together and you are bringing it to the entire household, the family unit, the country. You are bringing that intel in, and you are making sure as little intel gets out, and you are at the end of the day trying to make sure that your country survives. So by all means, everybody, tell me what you think about that. Tell me if I'm right or wrong. Let me know in the comment section. And as usual, like I always say, kindness is free, and I'm cheap as fuck. Have a good day, everybody. And as always, stay mad, my hatters.